Remember my very first. It was just as special to me as it was to you, girl. You remember that song? I know y'all do. I am Max. That's gonna be the intro. Boom. What's up, guys? This is Dominique. Today I was extremely bored, so I thought I would hop on here and do a video for you guys. And what better way to kill my boredom than to get on the internet and do a video to completely embarrass myself and make myself look like an ass. So this video is going to be about my first time. Alright, so first of all, excuse me if I'm not exactly high energy today. It is pouring cats and dogs outside today, so you know when it's raining, you're just not the best of energy. You're just like, ugh, blah. So we're just gonna chalk it up to that. I am still in a good mood. I'm just not like extremely hyper energetic like normal. So the first question of my first, and this little disclaimer, don't watch this video if you don't like hearing about lesbian experiences, if you're not keen to girl on girl action, if you don't like anything homosexual, this video is not for you. And again, this video isn't for you if you're my mom. Don't watch this. It's weird. You're my biggest supporter, but don't watch this. It's gross. YouTube crush. My first YouTube crush was a girl named Selena. It was so long ago, I don't remember her last name or anything like that, but Selena was like a lesbian. She was like a stud, or at least she appeared to be. No, she was this was when MySpace was on and popping. So Selena, first YouTube crush. Your first kiss. My first kiss was in high school around 14 and 15, because this is when this is the day before I came out to came out to my family. In my coming out video, you guys know that my twin sister told my mother that she saw me kissing a girl. So this was the kiss, which was my first kiss when I was in high school, about 14 or 15, and it was great. Like, it confirmed all the feelings that I was having, that I was a homosexual. But it wasn't like fireworks and oh, I'm in love or nothing like that. It was just like a confirmation. The sad thing is, I automatically thought me and the girl were girlfriends, and sadly that was not the case. So, you know, it was a little embarrassing for me, but that was my first kiss, high school, 14 or 15, whatever. Oh, look at the little guy in the back. Look at him. Ugh. How awkward. Look. How awkward. My first time seeing a vagina, it actually coincides with this next question, which is your first time finger fucking a girl. Okay, I was uncomfortable. Were you uncomfortable? That makes me so uncomfortable saying finger fuck. That is gross. So, okay, let's reiterate that. My first time, you know, with a girl. So the first time I seen vagina, and the first time I had some type of sexual pleasures with the girl using my fingers, which is better to say. Those are the two questions, and they kind of go together. Which is my first time when I was like 16. Like, I wasn't a promiscuous child. I was not fast. I was not super interested to get into sex or anything like that. So a lot of things, I was like a late bloomer sexually wise. So I was like 16, and the girl I was dating, I wasn't dating her, the girl I was talking to or whatever, she was super fast. And so I remember like being at her house, and she was just like stripping, and my first thought was like, oh, this is not gonna be scary because all vaginas look like my vagina, and you look at your own vagina all the time, so you're not afraid of your own vagina. I was fucking wrong. Vaginas come in different sizes, shapes, and colors and things of that nature. So she started stripping, and as soon as she stripped her pants and panties and I seen her vagina, I was automatically disgusted, disturbed, and intrigued all in the same time. It wasn't because her vagina looked disgusting, it was the fact that I just didn't know that other people's stuff looked like. You know, I didn't know everything was different. So I was disgusted, but I was intrigued to want to continue my sexual exploration with her, and that wraps into the first time I was, you know, I entered the Cave of Wonders. And I was more so disgusted once I started dabbling into that, because I was like, what are all these flaps, and what is like this thing, and why does this stick out, and what is this ball inside of there? Like, I just did not know. I don't believe that it was sexy. I don't believe that anybody had orgasms off of that, and I am completely embarrassed because yes, the first time that I seen a vagina, I'm pretty sure I did not make it come, and I'm really sad about that. But like I said, this video was going to embarrass myself, so it is what it is. My girlfriend, her name was Kai, and I believe she wasn't the first girl that I messed with or the first girl I talked to, but she was my first girlfriend in the sense of the words that I committed myself to her, and I felt like she was my girlfriend. She wasn't just a girl that I knew or a girl that was gay that I had sexual relations with. She was my first girlfriend. Like, she came, she met my parents and all that jazz. So yeah, my first girlfriend was Ty, and we dated for like 6 months. She was older. Like, I was like 16, like my 16th year of life, y'all. A lot of good shit happened to me, so a lot of this shit happened at 16. But like, I was like 16 and she was at least 20. It sounds gross, but she was older. I love older women. My wife is 8 years older than I now, so that's just my preference. But my first girlfriend, her name was Ty, and she was pretty cool. The first time I think that I sort of snuck someone into the house, which I kind of do it in a sneaky way. Like, my older sister is 4 years older than my twin and I, so she was like always the babysitter or the one who's in charge or whatever. So she was always into her own thing, and so was my twin sister. They were like heavily into boys or whatever. So this one time, it was like super late, my mom was gone, and my girlfriend, well, yeah, she was my girlfriend. My girlfriend, she wanted to come over, and at that time when I came out, my older sister, she wasn't a homophobic, but she wasn't really keen on looking at us kiss and all that good stuff. So I told my older sister, I was like, my girlfriend's coming over, but she was like, ew, gross, like, take that in your room. I don't want to see that. Take it in your room. Shut the door. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just didn't want to see it. So I knew that was her reaction. So I told her to get that reaction out of her, just in case if I got caught, I could always say, she told me to do it. So it was like a sneak in, but it wasn't a sneak in. And it was like so like sexy to me because like my girlfriend came over after work and whatever, and it was nighttime. And I remember like, I was like, I told my sister, I was like, oh, she's here, we're gonna sit in the living room for a little bit. And she was like, no, take that in your room. So I was like, I'm gonna take this in my room. So I took it into the room or whatever, and it was just like the best at 16, you know, girlfriend coming over late night, kind of like risque, you know, having sex in your parents' house and not trying to get caught. I actually told you guys about my actual first time, and we all know that means first time having sex with a woman. So my actual first time, I think I was like 17, my first sexual experience, like a girl touching me and me touching a girl all together. I was like 17, and this experience was not sexy. It was not erotic. It was not anything. It was a freaking mess. Literally, my first sexual experience was a mess. And this is how I went anything about full-on sex. I didn't know whose leg goes where, what things go here. I knew nothing of the sort, and it was just awkward. And she was older than me, so she had to teach me a lot of things. And we know when you're having sex with someone, your first goal is to be sexy, and I could not find it within myself to be sexy. I was just like, okay, what do I do here? What do you do there? It was not sexy. And then I remember when it was my turn to like, you know, she was showing me some shit, so then it was my turn to like put it on her and show her what I knew. I completely fucked it up, and I fucked up her lady bits. Like, I remember I was in a wife beater, and I was 17. I was going by Spider, as you guys know, and I had like Spider-Man sheets and Spider-Man decor, all this shit. And I remember my bed having these Spider-Man sheets on it, and I had this white wife beater, and I thought I was just down there just doing everything I can, hands, fingers, mouth, you know how this goes. And I thought I was doing some shit, and I go up to kiss her, like in between her legs to kiss her and everything, and I'm like, all right, you gotta go, my mom's coming home. I flip on the lights, my wife beater is completely red. It is covered in blood. Has blood on it. My shirt is covered in blood. My sheets have blood. And I was so fucking disgusted. I straight up wanted to punch her in her face. Because I thought she was on her period and she didn't tell me. And I just like smeared blood, her blood all over my fucking bedroom. I was fucking disgusted. Like, you guys have no idea how disgusting it is to have blood all over you when it's not your fucking blood. So I was fucking disgusted. So I told her, and I was like, you didn't tell me? Like, for real? This is how we're gonna play? And she was like, no, man, you like cut my junk up with your fingernails and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, I didn't, like, I knew nothing that you needed to clip your fingernails and scratching walls and all that stuff. It was disgusting. It was not sexy. I wish I could have a do-over, but I can't. That was my first time. I fucked her shit up, and I just, I mean, can you just imagine running across the hall to your bathroom that you share with your brother and your sisters and like washing off blood? It was a fucking massacre in my bedroom for my first time. So that's exactly what happened on my first time. It was not sexy, it was not sweet, it was none of the sort. So what are you gonna do? You can't do nothing about it. So this video was on my first time. So comment below, tell me about you guys' first times. And I don't know, maybe it's better, maybe it's more R-rated and sexy and 50 Shades of Grey, because mine was just so lame. But it was my experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave comments and suggestions down below on what you guys want to see next. I love these talking videos. I love talking to you guys. I just like, it's fun. Truthfully, I love it. So leave me suggestions down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.